Welcome to Vegetarian Kitchen. Today I'm going to prepare an Italian-inspired lunch that requires very little cooking. We're going to start with olive caper crostini. We're going to move into a salad of tomato, cucumber, marinated in balsamic vinegar with fresh rosemary. Then we're going to go to a pasta with an avocado pesto. Avocados don't sound Italian, but the avocado makes a nice, it mellows the sharpness of the caper and olive crostini. And it's a little lighter than a traditional pesto made with pine nuts, olive oil, and the whole works. It's just a little lighter. Then we'll finish up with a light dessert of orange sections, strawberries, marinated in honey. Okay? So let's start the first thing, which is the crostini. And I have some Italian bread. Actually, it's French. It's a quarter baguette. Okay, I like it because it's smaller. Makes a little bit, the crostini is just a little bit easier to handle. So, we'll start with the French bread. Slice it, thin slices. It's good to have, actually, if your bread has already started to go stale, maybe it's a day or two old, it's better. You're going to bake it, and it's going to dry out and toast a little bit, so it's going to be make a better crostini. So, get some olive oil, pastry brush. You can brush your crostini, all right? A little oil, just enough to moisten it. You could do it without the oil if you're concerned about calories, but it's good. The oil will actually, it almost helps to preserve it, makes it a nicer, just a better texture. Okay, I put this on a baking sheet, and then I bake these in the oven, 350 oven, maybe 10-15 minutes, just until they're starting to get crisp. Okay, once you've got those done, then we take our Cuisinart, very important tool, and I take about a cup of, these are Kalamata olives with no pits. It's important. If you get your olives, make sure they don't have pits in them. It ruins your Cuisinart. Okay, maybe a cup of Kalamata olives, a couple of tablespoons of capers. You want to have a little of the juice of the caper. Okay, put that in there. A little bit of olive oil, a couple tablespoons. Okay. And you can get 1 clove of garlic. All these aside. To peel your garlic, take the flat of a knife and just give it a quick hit. The peel comes right off. It's beautiful like that. Nice fresh 1 clove of garlic into the machine. Puree this. Sounds like we have a pit. Let's check this. Maybe not. See, you get a nice color. Starts to chop it up. No, I don't think there is a pit in there. It's all right. Every once in a while, you'll have to take your spatula and stir the olive down from the sides of the Cuisinart. To do that. You might need to add just a little bit more oil to make it a smooth paste. Once you've done this, the color comes out. And it's almost ready. But the color of the olives, if you can see that, the color of the olives just comes out nice. It's wonderful. It's a nice earth tone. So, then when we take our crostini out of the oven, we take and spread a little bit, just a little bit of the paste onto the crostini. Very nice. See how shiny it is. Look at the shine on that. It's beautiful. Okay, so we'll make a few of these. And then take that here. I have some Asiago cheese. It's a nice cheese, Italian. It's a dry-aged cheese. It's medium sharp, not as sharp as Romano, but it has a nice flavor. And one of the things about this now, you can get this cheese at the supermarkets, which is nice. You couldn't do that before. It's a nice thing now, and gourmet food's becoming so popular. This cheese goes well with this dish, and what I like to do is to take on a plate, I arrange the cheese with the slices. You can do it many ways, but it's nice to take a slice of cheese, and you can almost arrange it like a fan. Get a little more of this paste. We'll make a few of these. Take a slice of cheese. You can arrange it in a circle. You can go all the way around the plate. Clean this up. It makes a really nice starter. With the avocado caper paste, sharpens your appetite, and it has a nice sharp flavor. Well, that's the only word I can use. It's a tangy dish, and it has just it's just beautiful. First thing, you don't need any salt because the olives and the capers are so salty. Well, not so salty, but they're salty enough that you don't need any salt with this dish. Don't put any salt when you're making the crostini. Don't put any salt in the oil. And this goes really well with a chilled Pinot Grigio. It's a nice wine for this dish. Okay, now we've got our crostini made. We set those aside. And I'm going to move into the cucumber tomato salad. I always peel cucumbers unless I get them fresh during the summer from a farm. They wax the skins of the cucumber, so I don't like to eat the wax, so I peel the cucumbers. Okay, I slice them up. When you're slicing something like this, you hold the cucumber down with the tips of your fingers, bend your knuckles just slightly. Then I can run I don't know if you can see this, but I can run the knife blade, this part of the knife, along my knuckles as I move my finger back. This way, if I hold it like this, it's very easy to cut my finger. Okay, so that's how I do that. All right, so I'll put these in a bowl, spread them out a little bit. Okay, I take a tomato. Always get either a hothouse tomato or field tomatoes. In the summer you can get what they call field tomatoes, fresh tomato, much better taste. And I cut out this center core, okay? And I always leave this, you can see this, I always leave this intact on the tomato, okay? And I cut along that line to make a nice wedge. And what that does, see, on this you can see it really well. This piece holds the tomato together so that these seeds in this center part of the tomato won't come flying out of there. You cut along that midrib of the tomato. Okay, these go in the bowl along with the cucumbers. Okay, and I take the cucumbers and the tomatoes. A little bit of sugar. I like to sprinkle just a little sugar on these, just a tiny bit, maybe half a teaspoon. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar brings out the flavor of a tomato like nothing else. It's the best. Better than red wine vinegar, better by far than white wine or cider vinegar. But this has a strong flavor, so I don't use, if I can get the cover off, I don't use a lot of it. Yay! It's on there forever. Okay, so I just sprinkle a little bit. See, just enough to moisten it up. Okay? Tiny bit of salt. A little bit of salt. Don't need a lot. Don't need a lot because of that. The flavor of the balsamic vinegar. Now the best part of this is the fresh rosemary.